Jealousy of internet. I can't get anything. Being here, who you are. I'll ask you like 2 questions.
Okay. What'd she say?
Okay. You could get this because I.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. He's like, David just gets here and we
I've had dates blow me off this way in the past. I'm having connectivity issues. Can't meet with you tonight. Don't give me that stuff. I can see you from over there. I can see you giggling and be like, he thinks he's going to talk. Just don't pull my heartstrings like
say hello to everyone. We're live.
I'm Andy. I'm 37. I'm a Sagittarius. I enjoy long walks along very scalding hot sand in the middle of the Sahara Desert and peaches.
And you especially like koala bears.
Marsupials.
I said bears on purpose.
Don't get me started on marsupials. Because here's the thing, internet. There's koalas and then there's koala bears. Wrong. Just koalas. Because koalas are marsupials. And koala bears are things that people say they are, and I slap them in the face when they say that. And that's the general kind of flow process that we have for the life cycle of a koala.
And I feel like this live right now is going to educate so many people on
many.
that.
What we're here for.
I
So
mean,
many.
Millions. I think this is gonna make a difference.
It's going to make a difference in at least half a person's life, if not two,
It's not a full person.
if not a full person. Is this thing on? Hello.
Are you able
All
to hear us, Scott?
Yeah.
I should have asked that because I can't. I don't know. So hopefully. You're coming back in just a minute.
Come back in 10 minutes.
That's a way to start.
I mean, I think we're done, right?
We got
That was
some,
the best.
we got some people joining
Oh,
us.
good.
I
Hey,
can't see it
guys,
so far
welcome.
away, and I have no
I
internet.
know. I know.
Wait.
It's okay. We'll just go ahead and get started. I'm trying to sit in between the microphones where there's not like a bar in my face, but
It's all good.
I mean, you know. All right, well, let's get started.
All right, we are here live at IDEAcon. We are so excited. It's been a great week, and it's only Tuesday. So let's introduce ourselves real quick.
Okay, that sounds
All right.
great.
Hi, I'm Jenny Long.
I'm Celie Clark, and
And
we
we
are Jenny.
We are so excited to be here. We are, if you don't know us, we are EdTech consultants, bloggers, and authors of the Microsoft Teams Playbook. We're innovation leaders.
At Castleberry ISD, which is in Fort Worth, Texas. And if you have not checked out Castleberry, we're giving them a huge shout out. Make sure you go follow them. They are doing innovative things, and we are so excited to be a part of their team. You definitely will enjoy all the content that they are putting out. And today we are super excited. Right now, we're coming live from the exhibit hall here at IDEAcon, and we've got our good friend Scott Bricker with us. Yes.
Happy to be here.
So Scott, can you start off by sharing with us? Well, I have to be careful with these questions because Scott knows a lot about us, and he can just take this podcast or live show to a whole nother place. But Scott, can you share with us, number one, what's your favorite session so far that you've had the opportunity to lead at IDEAcon?
It's probably not going to come as a surprise to you all, but it's my brain session. I love talking about just how the research we have on the brain should inform our teaching. And you guys have been in that session. Inevitably, we get so much great discussion from the attendees, which is what I love more than anything. More than the stats and the data that we share, it's the conversation that comes through that I think is the best part about it.
I think one of my favorite moments was we actually ran into someone that was in that session with us earlier. And he was like, I just want to thank you for giving us time for our brains to actually process what we're learning during the session.
Novel concept.
You're actually putting into practice what we should be doing. So I thought that was a really cool moment that he was able to even take that away from the session.
Yeah, nice to know that attendees appreciate those, what we would consider little things, but that do matter in a session for sure.
I just got connected, and I want to tell you who our guest is that's watching.
Please tell me.
It's Stephanie.
Stephanie!
Oh, no way.
Yay! Okay, hi,
What's up,
Steph.
We miss you.
We miss you. Okay.
She's laughing at us.
Oh,
actually.
no. That's good, though. Okay, ready for question number 2?
Yes,
You have
'cause I
one?
know I'm not.
Okay,
related
I'm
to
going to
you,
come up
so
with
go
another
for
one.
it.
Are you ready? Okay. What is your favorite, since our friend Andy started off this podcast or video with an awesome, fun discussion, what is your favorite bear?
Okay, so this is tough because I was going to chime in on that conversation because my all-time favorite animal, no joke, not lying, is the koala. From the time I was like 3 years old, I always had like a stuffed koala of some sort.
Really?
So I don't know if that's because they're not koala
Now,
bears,
did you
but
you call them marsupials? You know this about them because they're your favorite
I
animal.
have learned over the years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you normally? Andy's not listening. Do you normally call them koala bears or koalas?
As a child of San Diego who grew up going to the San Diego Zoo, I know to call them koalas.
Okay.
Yeah.
But have you held one?
I have not held one.
I have.
Oh.
It is my lifelong goal to go to Australia. I would like to be a koala bear next. If somebody can make that happen, they just chill all day and sleep and eat eucalyptus.
Eat roots and
Yeah.
bamboo and
You said eucalyptus.
Yeah.
But something that we learned about Andy today, he said his wife, when they went to Australia together, that she actually said she was really sad that koalas were not more accessible. She expected that in Australia, which I thought that was really funny because I think I also would expect that.
Right.
You could just go and grab one and hold it whenever you want.
Right?
But they're not friendly.
They're
so
not friendly,
that's not
so-
what you want to do.
Ironically enough, this is sort of why I like koalas because they're like on the outside, they're so cute and sweet and welcoming. But if you cross them, like if you cross me, it's not pretty. They like the claws come out and they're fast and they can be aggressive. So they have kind of.
I do not think that is in you at all. So we've talked about this.
You haven't crossed me yet, so let's. let's not go there.
Later.
Yeah.
we still have time.
But if I had to pick a bear, back to your
Okay,
original question,
a bear.
If-
I did not say marsupial. If you notice, I said
right.
bear.
No, if you said it would have to be a polar bear.
Okay.
There's something majestic about a big, massive white polar bear that I think is really cool.
What's
I
your
like
favorite
polar
bear?
bears. My favorite bear, probably a brown bear. I like brown bears. They just seem cuddly.
They do not seem cuddly.
I just want to hug them and like lay in their fur.
No, I would choose a black bear because I feel like they're like scavengers and they're like, come and get some stuff and then laugh at you and like run away. I feel like a black bear matches my
Do
personality.
bears laugh?
Yes, I think black bears do.
I feel like we're not putting the most accurate information out to the world right now. I feel like
They're
maybe-
marsupials. Okay, back to IDEAcon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Back to IDEAcon. Okay. Are you what sessions do you have coming up? Share with us so that way people can come and be a part. Because
Yes.
if you haven't been to one of Scott's sessions, they're incredible, by the
Oh,
way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, obviously, super lucky and thrilled to be with the two of you and Mara Alberto this week, the E-Twins, presenting. But me personally, at 2:15 today, which I think is coming up, I'm doing my assessment years. So learning is more important than grades, basically trying to foster the conversation around why we should focus on learning and not on grades. And then tomorrow morning, we have our third meeting of the minds, which we love that session. If you haven't been to a meeting of the minds, please come by. It's a big, like, free-for-all discussion. We have some focus questions,
Yeah.
and then we just want our attendees to interact, which is great. And then we have a leadership session that I really like tomorrow as well.
Awesome.
Scott, if people wanted to get a hold of you or find out more information about you, where would they go?
Yeah, best place to go is Twitter. I'm the most responsive there, at Scott Bricker EDU. You can also go to my website, which is scottbrickeredu.com. And then that's got all the links to everything, email, all that kind of stuff. But definitely feel free to interact, reach out. Happy to connect.
Yay. I think my favorite thing about the meeting of the mind session is it really takes that, the smartest person in the room is the room.
Yeah.
And it really does take that to a whole nother level because everyone gets an opportunity to share and connect and really ponder things that we don't ever
Yep.
take time to just ponder.
Well, and that was the whole design. As you guys know, I'm preaching to the choir here because you helped.
We may have helped come
you
up
were
with
part
it.
of designing it. But that's the thing that we came back from conferences and we just thought, God, we just sat and we were talked at the whole time and we never got to learn from those in the room. So I know you guys are too. I'm thrilled that the session has turned out to be as
It's
fun as it
amazing.
is. So,
I mean, we
yeah,
would say it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It really is. Like,
it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm trying to add your information, but hopefully this gentleman will help me with
Oh.
internet over here, but it's not working.
That's all right. Come find me
Oh,
at
Scott.
Scott Bricker EDU. Easy to find, or follow these girls, and we often tweet at each other or post, or you'll find me in one of Celise's TikToks that I don't want to be in. But you'll see me
wait,
around.
Scott, what's your favorite TikTok that you've done with us?
Oh, none of them. Honestly,
He enjoys them. Don't let him fool you. He enjoys them.
I appease you. My favorite was, so we have kind of been on the conference tour. So I met the girls in Dallas
Yes.
on our way to New Orleans. And my favorite is actually like walking. They had arrived because they're obviously in the area and walking around the corner and Celise just like walking down the hall, TikToking me from
I was ready.
from 11 DFW gates away. It was frustrating and very on brand for Celise.
It
Are you
really
talking about the
was.
time when we made him start open again and come out the
Oh no,
gate?
that's another time.
No, that was the year before.
Yeah,
We
but
don't
we've done
stage
that
anything,
too.
right?
We never stage anything or re-record anything. Everything is one take.
It's all very natural.
Very natural. But
Oh,
that one,
goodness.
yeah. Look for the party in the USA TikTok.
Yes.
Scott's at the very beginning. So
Awesome. Well, thank you, Scott, for being
Anytime.
on our show. We appreciate your time, and it's been great the past few weeks presenting with
Blast.
you and just exploring, and looking forward to many more opportunities.
No doubt. Thanks.
Don't
y'all.
forget to go and be.
Mwah.
a different kind of awesome.
Always.
Thanks, Scott.
All right, buddy. Bye, Steph.
Yay!
All right, we're going to have a pause here for a moment as we
Oh.
transition.
As our next guest is on their way. Good job. Are you texting Andy? Is that who we're
Yes.
calling now? So hopefully this is all coming through. I hope so. I think so. Jenny's computer has gone kaput. And we're connected to some Wi-Fi. So hopefully you all are able to hear this. But we're super excited about IDEAcon. One of the things that we enjoyed about it before we even got here was the social media that IDEAcon was putting out. They do such a great job marketing the conference, marketing the sessions that are coming, the speakers. Like before we even got here, I was already excited to meet the people and connect with them. And so if you have not seen the buzz, definitely check out the hashtag IDEAcon, IDEAcon. There's all kinds of amazing things happening here. So we highly suggest you go follow the thread and stay connected with everyone here. As we've gotten here, though, we've enjoyed meeting all kinds of different speakers and people within the Illinois area. It's been really fun connecting with people that we've been online with. We just had no idea. So one of our friends, Emily Poole, actually joined us on a Twitter live one night when we were chatting. And so to meet her in real life was really fun and exciting to connect and really put some of those pieces together.
Stephanie has been following from Texas.
Yay. Steph, I hope everything is going well there. We miss you. And she's doing amazing things. In fact, just a few days ago, she got to share reading progress and help teachers get it set up at one of our campuses at IDEAcon. So we're so excited. I cannot wait to hear the status of that. And our friend Andy is back.
So there's your mic, Andy. There's your mic, and you can even listen and
put these on. You can listen. Yes. Oh, look. You're gonna have to slouch in the chair, so you can be.
So you can only see 3 roles, not 4.
It's true. He did. You're right. Yes.
Now you're seeing Andy's roles in high definition. Oh, I didn't pass the bar.
I know. Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you're awesome.
All right. Well, we have our next guest here with us, Andy Hogan, and he is with Cami. So, Andy, I'm going to let you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and take it away.
Beautiful. I am Andy. That is correct, factually. Fact checker, Snopes. We corrected it all together. Andy Hogan from Sydney, Australia. Actually, Sydney, Australia. I currently live in basically East Lansing, Michigan, quite near the capital, actually Okemos. I've lived here for the last 3 years, moved here with my wife, and now have a near 2-year-old and a lovely Labrador. And I, as you correctly said, work for the wonderful Cami.
Yay. Okay, we were also joking earlier about marsupials, as you guys saw. But Scott told us that the koala is actually his favorite animal. And he knew it was a marsupial and did not call it a koala bear.
It's a quality animal. It really is.
It's so true.
It has all the right qualifications.
You've worked on that for a while, haven't you?
So much.
The whole time he was over there,
4
he was
a.m.,
like,
I got to bed. I wrote a few jokes. We came here.
oh my goodness. Okay, so are you ready?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know what's coming, but
well,
yeah,
get
I'm ready.
ready because some hard questions right now.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we love Cami,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have to tell us what your number one feature, your favorite feature. I know it's hard. That's why I'm saying, are you ready?
Mhm.
You can only choose one. What is your
If I'm on a
favorite?
deserted island, I can only have one Cami feature.
And
What?
you have a koala bear
Oh,
with
and
you.
you have a koala who's eating eucalyptus.
It would be GPS to find where I am and get off that island. Yeah, absolutely. Look, actually, in 2021 internally, I thought we have so many interesting tools that different people in different environments are going to sway towards. So I did like an internal March Madness bracket with all the tools internally,
Oh, look
and
at you.
after the marketing company the next year did it out there, and you'll see a lot of ed tech brackets for just their
Mhm.
particular companies.
Yes.
But I did internally for the tools, and my favorite didn't win.
Oh.
But I personally love screen capture.
Mm.
So ability to obviously capture your screen. You can see the person's face, who is talking. You can hear them. They can show you on the screen, what the directives are, what they would like you to do. Why I love it so much is, as a teacher, you can model what you want your students to do and how you want them to understand it. But from a student's point of view, they are also able to leverage such a tool. And it's like you are standing over them, understanding their thinking as it happens. and I give the silly example, multiplication tables. They could say, Mr. Hogan, I carried my 4 and I put the remainder here, but I'm still not getting the correct answer. And they can talk me through what their thinking is, which, as we know in education, it's not always about that destination. It's the journey to get there.
Yep.
And sometimes that's the right journey. But sometimes there's a few trips along the way, and it's important to understand it in real time so that you can help them guide them.
I love that.
I do too. In fact, we would even say that would be considered an accessibility aspect of Cami.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning we were chatting. Can you share a couple of the other amazing accessibility tools within Cami?
Absolutely. So I'm a bit of a pigeon typer. I never quite learned to Mavis Bacon. Do we know the typing tool? No, we have no idea. Okay, we're going live.
That must be like a Australian
Yeah,
thing.
it's just Australian. Basically, we've got subtitles on the screen right now. But what I'm
Well,
actually
Stephanie
saying-
said the ability to model is so important, especially when introducing something new.
Oh.
So Stephanie is our coworker, and she is watching from Texas.
Yay!
Yes, so we have the ability on text comments and any other thing you're commenting within Cami to hit the microphone and it will type out exactly what you want to say, because sometimes our thoughts are rushing faster than what we can type. So if we're able to communicate that on the page by using sort of a microphone, another great tool is text to speech, which will read out whatever text is already on the screen, or using the text boxes, whatever you have typed out, it will highlight it as it comes along. You can use Google Voice options to select a particular voice or accent you particularly want.
Ooh.
As I've described before with my colleagues, you don't really want an Australian reading a Spanish text. I'm not really going to accentuate the words the way you need it to be, but you might want that translation or voice to be not Spanish either. You might want it to be Mexican Spanish, and you can have those selection, choose that kind of selection along the way, and you can loop it, slow it down, whole lot of options with like really simple tools.
Awesome.
Incredible.
I love it.
We have some teachers using Cami. We love it. And so we're going to go back and, really encourage them and go dig in some more. So we've enjoyed getting to know you and learning more about Cami. So if you're here at IDEAcon, go check out the Cami booth. What booth number is it?
526.
526. Look
I
at
think
that.
I've got that right. And if I didn't, enjoy the booth you do go to and just listen for the tall Australian.
But definitely come check out Cami. They've got a great group, and they're a lot of fun. So, and the tool is amazing. So go see
Before
them.
you leave, though, okay, we asked Scott this. What is your favorite bear? Not marsupial, bear.
Black bear.
That's what I said. Why?
Bears eat beets. Battlestar Galactica. And if you know what I'm talking about at home and you're an Office fan, that made a lot of sense to you. Are we ending this right now? Michael?
Thank you, Dwight. We'll see you later.
Great job, Andy.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I'm gonna
He's
try to
amazing.
get you talk.
Okay.
I'm gonna go find our next guest.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about something else here. Okay. Oh, Andy's coming back maybe. But we definitely want to give a shout out to a couple other apps that we have really enjoyed. Oh no, if you left it, you have to leave it. It's our property now. I'm joking. He left his phone. I almost got a free iPhone. We have really enjoyed the vendor hall here at IDEAcon. I want to tell you, though, one of my favorite features is they have all these tables set up with board games. So you can come in here and just enjoy your time, play games with friends. It's really a neat idea. And I love it just to even let me stop for a minute and let my brain rest after all the hard learning that we've done and all the connecting that we've done. Not only that, we're here at the Renaissance Hotel in Schaumburg. And last night when we got back from dinner, we were walking around and there were just groups of people all around the hotel playing games. And of course, they invited us to jump in. And it was really a fun way to conference. So if you're looking for another conference to come to, we highly suggest IDEAcon. It really does have an authentic, genuine feel to it where you can connect with educators and also companies. All right. I think Jenny is grabbing another vendor real quick that we want to highlight because he's doing some amazing things with gamification. All right. I'm going to keep. I have been talking about gaming and all kinds of stuff. Sarah will definitely have to have you on too, but Jenny will want. I mean, she already got somebody, so I hate to make them wait, but just a minute and we will. Yes. So last night, speaking of gaming and making things a game, IDEAcon actually had their very own speakeasy here, and you had to follow all the clues to figure it out. Hey, to be able to go to the speakeasy, which we didn't get to do, so I was super sad about that. But it really was a fun way. Again, talking about gaming, I've been sharing about all the games
good.
here.
I'm so glad. I'm out of breath.
So Jenny went on her own scavenger hunt, not for a speakeasy, but for one of our new favorite tools. All right,
So we are so excited. We have some friends here all the way from
Norway.
Norway.
Sorry, I answered for him. I'm so sorry. I got so excited.
This is an incredible tool, and we are going to let you introduce yourself and your product and tell our audience a little bit about it.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. So I'm Jens, and I'm the CEO and one of the founders of CarePod. And coming all the way from Norway here now to Illinois, super exciting. And what we do in CarePod is that we help teachers to make interactive lessons with artificial intelligence. So you can write in your topic, and then in 10 seconds, you get a full ready-to-use lesson with all the materials, and the students connect like they would do in Kahoot with the pin code. And we're all about creating curiosity in the classroom. So that's why the name CarePod. Really exciting to be here and talk to you guys.
Yay! Stephanie, she's watching now, one of our coworkers. And so she was also exploring it with us before we came here to IDEAcon. And it's such an amazing product. But one of the things we were talking about this morning in one of our sessions during one of our, what's it called again? Meeting of the Minds. I was like, what's the name of it? We were talking about how AI can save teachers time and how lesson plans take a long time to write. But not only do lesson plans take a long time to write, creating the resources that go along with those lesson plans can be exhausting to create. And that's something that we really like about CuraPod. You can go in, you can put in your, like for us, it's teaks. So we can put in our teaks, put in what we're wanting, and it will create and generate a presentation for us that's interactive for students. And when you say curiosity, like I love how most of the presentation is actually getting students to talk to each other and explore ideas with each other. I think it's a novel and great idea.
Is it just curapod.com?
Yes.
Is that okay?
That's right.
Awesome.
Perfect. I'm going to add that on the screen if my internet cooperates.
Yes.
So if you haven't checked it out, definitely go check out curapod.com. But all right, you ready? This
Yes,
is a hard
fire away.
question. Okay. If you had to name just one of your favorite features, just one of CuraPod, what would it be?
Okay, I think if I had to pick one favorite feature, I think it's the voting part, when the students get to, like first they have either been answering a question or drawing something, and then the students get to vote for what they would like to discuss, what they're most interested in, or what they think is the best answer. And I think like being in the classroom and seeing like how the students really feel the student agency and how excited they are about like being able to decide what's going to be discussed or talked about. I think that's definitely my favorite feature. And
I love that. And that also helps drive our direct teaching, right? Because then I know what students want to know about, or maybe they don't know about, and they're voting on things they don't know about. Then that immediately, informs me and allows me to create that direct teaching moment. It's interesting. We're doing a choice menu session this afternoon. Ooh, we'll throw CuraPod in there too.
Nice.
But we actually created a way for students to take resources and vote on their favorite resource that they learned from, because it's that same idea that they have agency and say in stuff that's happening in the classroom that's so important, especially in the way that they learn and what they learn.
So can you explain what are the different question types? Because I know there's a few.
Types? Yeah. So there are 4 major question types. First one is a poll or a multiple choice. Like the teacher adds in the different answer alternatives and the question, and the students answer by selecting the right answer. And then you have the word cloud, which is an open question where the student answer with 1 or 2 words, and it comes up. The more students wrote the specific word, the bigger the word gets. It's a good conversation starter. And then you have the open question feature where the students write, and also then the voting. You can turn that on or off. And you have the drawing feature. And then, like, we call it drawing, we should probably really call it whiteboard feature, because it's actually so much more than just drawing. You can add in an infographic or a background as a teacher. You can have the students draw on top of something, solve an equation, show something on a timeline, and students can add in images, etc. So those are kind of the 4 major building blocks. And yeah, all of them are focused, like, so even on the multiple choice, we don't currently have like you can add the correct answer, and that's very much on purpose. Doesn't mean that it doesn't necessarily exist the right answer, but we really want to encourage the discussion around why do the students vote on something and not on the other. And yeah, so we're very much for the teacher who wants to get this classroom discussions, critical thinking discussion. Yeah.
The other thing I like, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but when you enter your information and it creates it for you, it generates it, but then you have the opportunity to come in and customize it, edit it, add additional slides if you don't, maybe it didn't add certain question types that you want. So it really does let you still have ownership of it, right? Like, I'm still being the teacher and the facilitator. It's just making things a little faster for me to be able to get there.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we really believe that like AI will never replace the teacher.
Right.
Like the human touch, the inspiration, like there's so many important parts of teaching, which like the AI will never be able to replace. And also we really want it to be something that, the teacher feels ownership to, and that they can change everything. And it's important, right? Because also artificial intelligence is never going to be 100% fault free. So it is important that you read through, make sure that it is correct. And you need to differentiate, of course, to your student group. So yeah, but we want to take away, as you say, like the big bulk of the work, which is basically repetitive, finding the images, taking in the basic facts, all of that stuff, and make that quick. And so you can do the exciting part and adding your own flavor and touch.
I love amazing. We've had so much fun playing with it, and we're super excited about, it seems like the booth has been busy. You've had lots of conversations. You've popped into some of our sessions. So we're super excited. If people are here at IDEAcon, where can they find you?
They can find us at booth 212.
212.
So please come by and try it out. Get a sticker or 2 or 5.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you said the first 50 who come, you're going to fly them to Norway, right?
Yeah, something
two,
around that.
Yes, we're in, we're going.
Yeah, so it's 48 spots left.
Oh my goodness.
At least if you come to Norway. At least if you do come to Norway. Like, I can't promise flying you in, but if you do come to Oslo, I would love to invite you and show you Norway.
Oh,
yay!
We would love to.
As long as we can go see Eric too in Trondheim.
Yeah, because there's the Northern Lights.
Yes.
Well, Celise's been to the Northern
I have,
Lights.
but in Abisko, so Sweden, not Norway.
Not Norway, yeah,
not
that's
Norway,
correct.
but
Pretty close.
Yes. Okay, are you ready for the famous question of the day?
Yes.
We're asking everyone. Okay, what is your favorite bear?
Like type of bear.
Type of bear.
Type of bear. Huh. I think I will probably go for the polar bear.
Okay, why would you go with the polar bear?
Because it's like majestic and white, and also, we have a few polar bears in Norway. Like, not so many, like they are only on Svalbard, which is the small island a bit north of Norway.
Oh.
Um,
You take us there too, right?
yeah.
Okay,
of
good.
course.
Oh, I would love to cuddle a polar bear too.
No.
Yeah, they're cute. At least
I told her they're not nice.
But they are dangerous.
See, they're not nice. She said a brown bear because she wanted to cuddle them. I said, no, you don't cuddle the
I
brown
just
bears.
like all the fur.
Should probably switch out the bears with some
I
other
had a
species
big brown
if you want to do
bear
the
as a
cuddling.
kid. Like, it was literally like huge.
You just like a stuffed bear.
Yes, that would be.
That would be it. Yes.
Or a gummy bear.
Yeah,
That's
gummy.
nice.
Oh, that's
That's
even
your favorite.
better. That is my favorite. I love gummy bears.
Awesome.
But I said a black bear because they just seem feisty and fun. Like, they run in, they steal your food, and then they're like, get out. And they're like, haha, as they run away. Like, I feel like that matches me.
Do you have, like, what kind of bears do you have in Texas?
I don't think we have
a
bears. I don't
we
think we have bears.
had
Do
bears
we?
in
Only gummy
Tennessee,
bears.
and they'd get in our trash
gummy
and
bears,
everything.
yes.
But
From Buc-ee's. Gummy bears from Buc-ee's. We have that. Have you been to a Buc-ee's yet?
No.
Oh, you missed
Well, you need
it
to come
in
visit us
Texas.
in Texas, and we'll take you
We'll
to
take
Buc-ee's.
you to
I will,
Buc-ee's.
I will.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We are so grateful, and it's been great getting to know you, and we're just excited to continue learning about your product. So you guys go check out CuriPod, CURIPOD.com, and you will love it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
All
We
right.
have time for.
What time
almost
is it?
done.
Oh,
Almost.
maybe we should just end with that. What do you think? You want to get one more? I think we should get Dawn.
On. You want to be on? Ah, come on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So I was going to say Sarah, too.
Oh yeah, I saw Sarah and
Yeah,
I
I
told her
know.
I would love for her to be on it
Yeah.
too. We'll get Dawn and then
Okay.
Sarah. Yay!
Whoa. So this podcasting stuff is pretty cool.
This is
Where
fun.
did you get this from?
Oh, wow.
Let me tell you.
Some amazing friend is loaning us his equipment.
No, we packed this up and we brought it in multiple suitcases.
Well, yeah. Okay. I feel like I need to. I'm not used to
Being on the
doing-
other
Yeah,
side.
we do our podcast just
Just
as
audio. Yeah.
Ah.
and I'm not liking the side view of me on the
That's what
screen.
I said. That spot is hard. Like Andy, we were like,
Yes.
you just slouch. And he was like, no, everybody's
Yeah.
gonna see all the rolls. So I
Yeah.
was like, no, it's a bad
I'll
angle.
suck it in, and I have a black shirt on.
Well, Don, we're so excited to meet you. We have talked online and,
Yep.
it's just been great to finally meet you. And we thank you for inviting us to be here in this space and to do this. We need to do it more often.
I
Like,
know.
it's so fun.
This is so
but
much fun.
it's
Well,
great.
and I didn't know how it was going to work because my colleague and I are going to do 3 shows today, and it really does sound okay. I didn't know what it was going to be like in terms of all the ambient sounds,
Yeah.
but I don't
It's
know.
doing great. Like,
Yeah.
we actually did it live with our students. Our students lead a podcast in
Okay.
our district, all about digital citizenship at Castleberry ISD. Go follow them because they're amazing. But they did it at one of our events live as well, using
Okay.
the same setup.
Yep.
And we
That's
were
great.
so surprised. Like, the audio sounded really good. I mean, I don't know. These microphones are incredible
Yeah.
to be able to block out and really just focus in on the speakers.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate you letting us use your equipment.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
No. Oh, so it is my.
Oh, we
Yes. No, I'm
did.
just
We
kidding.
found
Yes.
this, remember?
Well, Don, tell us about yourself, who you are, what your involvement is here with IDEA, and just let us know a little bit more about you.
Okay. Well, my name is Don Sturm. This is my 32nd year in education. I started off as a high school social studies teacher, did that for 23 years, and then made the transition to tech integration specialist. It's now turned into, we have a 6-person coaching team, and I have been involved with this used to be ICE, Illinois Computing Educators, I think years and years ago. I've been presenting at it for a number of years, and then just kept, they need committee members. So, I'll do that. And then now I serve on the governing board of IDEA. I'm the chapter leader for the Central Illinois chapter of IDEA. So this is the 3 or 4 days where there's not a lot of sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
So
the hard
I'm
work.
tired right
oh
now.
my goodness. But all of your hard work and your teammates' hard work is so seen. Like, it has been incredible.
and and it is the whole team. We were meeting last night. We do a debriefing every day, and they go around and say, what are you hearing? And I made the comment, the number of people that said the team, like, everybody is so nice, everybody is so accommodating, and it's like, that's what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and which that's how I was in the class, like, you just be nice.
Well, I
And-
love how you guys have thought of every little thing,
Oh,
like
yes.
the comforts. Like, this is our first time, so we
Yeah.
didn't know what to
Okay, so
expect.
you have not been
This
to
is our
okay.
first time.
very
This is our
first.
first time.
Mhm.
So we've been to FETC and TCA and ISTE. Those are our typical ones. We've gone to some in TETC in Tennessee, which seems very
Yes.
similar. It's more of a smaller, intimate
Yep.
feel.
And TCA partnered with IDEAcon, during
A couple years
2020.
ago.
Correct. Yep.
So we had some experience,
Correct.
with
Yep.
the sessions that we really enjoyed. 2020, even though we were remote, it was a great conference partnering with y'all.
Mhm.
So that's the only real connection that we
Yeah.
had with that.
Other than
Okay.
what we've seen and heard online
Oh
and
my
everything, we're like, we're so
goodness.
excited to come. But like, I love all the colors and just the online presence and everything. And it has been great. And we are just thankful that we've been invited and here. And
Yeah, well,
So
we
we-
were. We have a good time as a conference committee. Just okay. Here are the people that we're bringing in. The discussion on the thought leaders, and you just I don't know. It's just a great vibe. It is when you're in the midst of it. Like I was texting my wife last night, and she was like, "Oh, how's it going?" I said, "I'm just like I'm tired, but it's like a fun tired."
Mhm.
So
It's like the adrenaline keeps you going.
Yes.
Even though
Oh,
it doesn't
yeah.
matter that you're tired.
yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I was super impressed with the engagement online prior to the conference. Like I felt like I knew all of you
Yeah.
before we even got here.
And that's what we're
Oh my goodness.
That's
it's
what
such a
we're
great way.
all about. Now, I will say, and that's the one disappointing thing right now is I found the more I get involved in the conference committee, I just don't have time. Like when I wasn't on the conference committee and running all over the place, even if I was helping with a particular part, I was always tweeting.
Oh yeah.
I bet you I haven't put 5 tweets out.
Well,
I
we've
just,
tagged you in everything.
We've seen you liking and retweeting our tweets.
okay,
though.
good. And I've
Yes.
tried to do
Yes,
that,
you are.
but like to sit down, I'm like, okay, I just don't. And then
It's
something
hard,
will,
yes.
something will
I
pop
gotta
up, and
go.
I'll be like, oh, I got to go over there and
It's hard. It's a
somebody-
full-time
yeah.
job to
Yeah,
stay on
it
it
is.
and get all of that and remember all the hashtags and make sure you tag everybody.
And that's everybody that's on. Like, I don't want to make it sound like, oh, I have
Yeah.
such. It's not. I mean, it's like
Yes.
everybody on the committee.
Yeah.
There is,
Yes.
and the staff, like the people who are paid by IDEA. I mean, they're working until 12:30, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning to make sure messages go out.
Yes.
I'm not even in that. Oh, I was in bed last night way earlier than I really wanted to be, but it was nice.
Well, I love how you all are visible too and approachable, and you know who's on the committee and who's involved, and
Yep.
you guys are out and about, and it's just been great. Really enjoyed.
Well, good. I'm glad you've had a positive experience.
And I was sharing earlier that I love the little, like, I don't know how you would say this, like homey feel it has, because you put board games out for us to play. And then like last night we got in from dinner and we were walking around and there were just groups of people playing games,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
inviting us over, and they're like, come play. Like,
I love how it's all together, like
Yeah.
here in the hotel, and everything is nice and quaint
Yep.
and
Yeah, I
together.
just-
That's nice. That's a nice.
Yeah, and
setup.
that's I mean, I think the game part of it is very much Stephanie Crawford and her husband, and it helps at them having a game board store.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, like I'm looking over there at it now, and there's people sitting there playing games
Yes.
in the middle of the
I
afternoon,
know.
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
But I think it's so healthy. Like we actually just did a session with the E-Twins, or they led it. We were involved in it, but they were talking about SEL for teachers. Like it's so important that we just take time for our brains to just decompress.
Yep.
We've been learning all day, putting all this information in our heads, meeting and connecting with people, and just having a moment of fun
Yep.
is so important.
yeah.
So
No, I agree.
I think it's a great, and even to connect with other people that I might not know.
Mhm.
I mean, the people at Codenames last night did not believe the amount of cards I've connected before, but
And it's funny
it's a
because-
big game in our house.
And Stephanie and I are good friends, and I was not like, I call it the old fashioned board games.
Uh-huh.
Like the Clues and the Scrabble,
Mhm,
some of those
mhm.
games. I mean, we played with Michael Matera the other night, this horse racing
Yeah,
game.
I'm gonna get that game.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
can't wait, we
You-
came by.
Yes, my
I
husband
was
will
so
love it.
confused the first 3 rounds. I had no idea what I was doing, but that's the thing. They always,
That's
it's like,
awesome.
oh yeah, we'll just keep going. We'll
Yes.
teach you. Nobody is like slamming things
No.
like, yeah, boom, I beat you. It's just,
I
it's
mean, I
fun.
would say that, but
Yeah.
it's out of fun, out of fun, not being mean.
Yes,
It just makes
yep.
me feel good when I can say that. No.
Well, Dawn, if people want to get a hold of you or find you online, what's the best place that they can look you up?
I am active on Twitter at SturmDon, SturmDon. Would love to
Awesome.
connect.
Yay!
And my favorite bear.
Yes,
Okay.
you have to answer the
Oh,
Well, I
question.
didn't know.
another
I was like,
question.
wait a
sorry,
second.
it's coming. Okay, last question. What is your favorite bear?
Now, you are going to think that I am cheating, but over there, when you first asked the question, my first thought was gummy bear. But then I heard you. I didn't hear in what context, but because I was like debating. Well, my first thought was, I don't know that I know that many bears.
I know there's really not that many.
Yeah, and then I was gonna. I think the last guest
Yeah.
said polar bear,
Yes, yeah.
and then, but yeah, gummy bears
Gummy
are
bear.
my
Do you have a
favorite.
certain flavor
I'm with
of
you.
gummy bear?
I am one that I like to mix them.
Oh.
So it's
Do you-
not
wait,
a one gummy bear at
Do
a
you
time.
bite
Nope.
and then mix,
Nope.
or do you like take them together?
Oh, to bite the head off of one and
And then
stick
put
it
it
to
together.
another one.
Yeah.
And
Do you do it that
yeah,
way, or
that's-
do you just take two, put them together, and
I
just
am. I take 2 or 3 and put just
Okay.
like popcorn.
Yeah.
I see.
I mean, popcorn. When I get up from the theater seat, there's an image of me on the floor.
Funny.
So
Tisha Richmond brought us some from Oregon. They were like little purple gummy bears.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did have Garrett's popcorn.
so it's
Yeah.
oh yeah, from
This
oh
last
yeah, yeah, yeah.
weekend. That
Oh,
was our
that's
first
awesome.
time to have it.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's good.
amazing.
It's
Whoa.
good.
So good.
Like we don't have popcorn like that in Texas, right?
I'm sure at a popcorn
no,
store. it
no, that
hot and
popcorn
fresh
was
and-
like special. I don't think we have popcorn like that in Texas.
And I don't have Garrett's as much. It does seem like, because my wife and I make our way up near the Chicago area, and we're south of I-80, so anything north of I-80 is like Chicago. So when I say, "Oh, I went to Chicago," and then I'm like Schaumburg, and they're like, "Well, that's not Chicago." I'm like, I know, but it's close enough.
It's close. It's
Yes,
up there.
it's close enough.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Dawn, so much for having us on and giving us the space to share.
And
absolutely.
for sharing your equipment.
Yeah, okay. No, I appreciate it. I think this has been fun. You mentioned Tisha Richmond. We're going to actually interview her about her role at Canva
Yeah.
Yes.
at 3:00, I think. And
Awesome.
so, yeah.
Hey.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
follow Dawn so you can hear Tisha too at today. And then what time are you starting to go live?
2:30.
We're not going live.
Oh, you're not.
Nope,
Okay, you're
our
gonna post them
show.
out
So
later.
then we usually talk to the guest. It'll be a couple of weeks
Okay.
out. That podcast is through the Educational Looking Glass.
Ooh, I love
You can find it on all your favorite podcast stations. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's
Okay.
that's a fun. We do that through our district actually.
it. Okay.
So.
Awesome.
Andy Knieven is joining us.
Yay! Hey, Andy. Good to see you. All right, I'll go get Sarah this time. You
Okay.
can,
Oh, I
you can
gotta talk.
chat. You got this.
All right. Well, Dawn and I can
Okay.
just sit here and talk.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I'll go get Sarah.
Sarah Candela
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So I have been involved with Focusable since the start. Went to ISTE for them. It was
We
the first
just-
time.
Yeah, we're just learning about it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got connected with them because the parent company is Swivel,
Swivel. Okay.
and we have 3 swivels in our district, I
Mhm,
think. And
We used
it
a
was-
lot of swivels in our previous district.
well, and I think it's one of those things where I'm really big on connections. And like Sarah's a perfect example. I'm involved in a Voxer PLN. We went to ISTE in Philadelphia and rented 2 floors of a condo. There were 20 of us. I walked in and I was like, oh, there's somebody sleeping on the couch. And this woman wakes up and she's like, oh, Don, this is Erin. And I'm like, oh, and I had never met her in person before. And then Erin put me in contact with Sarah. And now Sarah and I we're not just we're friends.
That's awesome.
And she's awesome.
Well, you
So-
know, we were in that Voxer group for Tisha put us all in there. That's the first time I had heard your voice and connected with you.
oh, yeah.
Because her coworker Abby was new
Yes.
to ISTE, and so
Correct.
we were in that same
That's
group.
right. Yeah. Yeah. and so
but-
then it was awesome meeting Abby
Yes,
in person.
yes,
and,
I
yep.
love that. Just the power of connections, and I mean, these conferences is what brings people together, and we say they become family. Like you're just saying, it's not just acquaintances. We have true friendships and people that we consider part of our family.
And that's where it's hard in my role to convince people that it's the same ones. And it sounds kind of a weird analogy, but people who meet online and get married and date and all of that, I think there's this feeling that the only real friendships are the ones that are literally face to face in person. And while that's the best, and while you eventually want that, I mean, I have great friends that I've never met in person before, but I literally can
Yep.
box them and say, hey, I'm having this issue, and what kind of help can you give me? And sometimes I don't even mean school issues.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm stressed out about such and such, and can you help me? And so I think but not everybody understands that.
Right.
They're like, I don't.
No.
And, then the whole debate over Twitter, I haven't noticed a huge issue, but I'm not one that's confrontational. And I don't know if that's the right word. I try to post positive things.
Yeah,
I try to
my
get.
whole feed is education, but I did have
Oh,
a
yeah, that's how
brief moment of panic because I was like, if Twitter was to go away, I would
that's
feel
how I
so
am.
disconnected from this online community
Yep.
that we have.
That's what I was worried about.
Yes.
And because I don't know, Instagram, I still can't.
I can't either.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to jump to some other platform
Yep.
and try to build all that up.
Yep.
And I was like, no, let's just stay here on Twitter, please.
Yep. Exactly. So
Yeah, it's been great. But yeah, I mean, we've just enjoyed meeting new people here, and
now, is
know,
this the first time you'd been to the Chicago area then?
it is.
It is,
So we
okay.
all came in on Friday.
Yeah, and I
because
saw you
we'd
at the
never
Bean.
been. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it's an interesting sculpture.
Mhm, it
And then
is.
did you walk
We
around
walked
the park?
Michigan Avenue
Oh,
and
okay.
walked all around there, and then went to a couple rooftops. Went to the 97th, a signature room. The signature room on
Okay.
the 97th floor of something. It was gorgeous. It was
97th floor of something.
97th
Yeah,
floor. I was just
And
like, wow.
being because I'm only about 2 hours, so I still always call it the Sears Tower and the John Hancock Tower and things like that. So we don't get up to the city as often. I mean, usually we're big craft beer people, so we make it. There's all kinds of things in the suburbs, so we don't get
Right.
into the city a lot. But
We stayed right on the river. It was so nice. Like by the London House, we went up to
Oh,
that
yeah.
rooftop and
Yep.
everything. and
oh,
so,
okay, yep.
Yeah, it was nice. We had a
Yeah,
great time.
the last time I was in the city, we actually went and we were at the Chicago Theater, and so stayed right across the street. You're right on the river. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Great
beautiful.
food.
Yes, we went to Chinatown too.
Oh, yep.
We were like, we're gonna ride the Red Line, and we explored that and got some.
Did you go up to Wrigley Field?
The boys did.
Okay.
The boys did. Yeah. So we went to Chinatown and had milk teas and
Oh,
boba
okay.
tea and stuff, and kind of walked around. So
Cool.
it was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. And then they were sending us pictures of the field and sitting in the restaurant, I guess there.
Oh,
or
so
whatever.
they were able to do a tour then?
I don't know what they did, but they just sent
Okay.
a picture of some drinks, and they were just sitting there, and it was
Got
a
it.
view. So
Yeah, I'm not a Cub fan. I've been to Wrigley Field a couple of times, but I'm not familiar. I've been to the game. The experience is interesting outside the park. Like that whole area of Wrigleyville just fills up when games are there. So it's a fun area to be in. So
well, we've enjoyed it. So we definitely
Good.
want to come back and bring our families and come back to IDEAcon.
I don't see Sarah
No.
with her.
Uh-oh. No
She's
go?
coming.
Oh, okay.
She was giving a demo, so I didn't want to interrupt her demo, but she's coming. So I said she'll be here in just. I think
Okay.
They were wrapping up.
Well, we were talking about you and no,
Yeah,
I'm
we
kidding.
were.
I'm kidding.
I know all good things, you know.
Could I have water?
Just chatting about
Yeah.
what we did in Chicago.
Oh.
we were like
Sorry,
touring
I
around.
had
Oh
to-
yes,
and
all the fun stuff that
exploring
we
and-
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you
Because
tell them about the TikToks that we made? That's all that really matters.
No, I did not tell them about the
Oh,
TikToks.
We made so many good TikToks.
On Michigan Avenue, we walked by our favorite stores. And we did
Yes.
all the pretty girls. And we did our
Oh,
strut
okay.
and everything. That
So
was
what are
fun.
your favorite stores?
Well, I think we need to tell him the story. Can we tell this story?
Sure.
Okay, good. Guess what Jenny got for Christmas from her husband? Are you ready? Tell him what you got.
I got a Louis Vuitton crossbody little
A
three
real
bag.
one. Like,
Okay,
a
so
real one.
I'm gonna guess that you're saying it that way because it's like really expensive or
Yes.
okay, because I
You don't know. I
I-
understand.
like this is the way I dress all the time. I've never been told I have this wonderful fashion sense. So
It's all good. So she got it for Christmas, and we don't carry purses though. Like our phones have everything in them, so we don't
Okay.
carry.
But when
purses
we
very
do go to a
often.
conference, I'll bring like a
We
little
do,
crossbody, like
yeah.
stick our extra charger in there and some
Yeah,
gum and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean we do it at conferences.
okay,
Essentially.
yep.
So we go to our very first conference of the spring season,
FETC?
FETC in New Orleans, and
No, it was TCA. It was in TCA.
it was our second conference.
Yes.
So you made it through one
Yeah.
conference with it.
It was in TCA. We
Yes,
just
she
got
did.
out.
She
Oh,
made
wait
it
a
to
second.
one.
You just did some foreshadowing. Did I catch that?
Can you catch? Can you guess anything that might have happened?
Let's see how if you can make
Well,
a
I mean, my
prediction.
first thought is stolen.
Ooh, we thought that at one point.
Well, we
Did you
took
just
an
leave it?
Uber from the airport to the hotel, and then we're checking into the hotel and got all our bags, and I'm like, my purse. Where's my purse?
So we had already gotten up to the room. We weren't in the
We were
room. We
checking
had
our bags
given
into
all
the-
of our bags away, and we're getting ready to leave. And Jenny's like, "My purse is gone." So the Uber guy, he's gone. Like
I left it in
not
the
there. And she's like, where was it? So like, we're going back through all of our footage, like all the TikTok videos. I'm like, okay, we were at the
You had
airport
it here. You had
and
it
I see
here.
it right here in the video at the airport.
That's a good idea.
Right?
I mean, that's a great
because we were
thought.
like, did we leave it in the rental at the airport or did we lose it in the Uber?
Did I set it down on the ground outside getting in the Uber? Like all these thoughts.
all these things. So we call Uber, we get online, we tell them that we've left it. And they're like, okay, well, we've reached out to your driver. You can too. So Jenny's calling, no answer. Then they're not getting an answer. And they're like, it's okay. Our drivers will respond when they're
We
ready.
don't pressure
We
them.
don't pressure them.
He may be on a break.
know.
Like, what if I had life or death medicine in
Well,
my
yeah.
purse
Well,
Exactly.
too bad
or
you
a
wouldn't have forgotten
passport
it.
or something that I needed to fly, whatever. But
So no news. Crickets all night long. So now into the next day, it's about 24 hours in, and we were like, what do we do? Like kind of trying to come up with how do we fix this. And we also knew her husband was going to be very upset.
Well, I was wondering.
Well, I made her call him because we were at another conference a few years ago, and she fell off of a scooter and sliced her head open in the back, and we had to go to the emergency room. And she got how many staples?
6 or 7 staples in
But
my head.
I didn't think to call her husband.
You are a fun one to go with to a conference.
I say that she takes care of me, but I'm not doing such a good job taking care of you. Anyway, so I did not tell her husband. So he gave me a really hard time about it and was like, you should be calling me when things happen. I was like, oh, we should. Yes. So I made her call him at midnight after it had been hours and was like, you might need to tell him now because he might, be mad or upset. So she calls him and he's like, this isn't life or death. Don't call me.
He's like, now
It's
I'm
a
not going to be able
purse.
to go back to sleep.
So but anyway, we did all this research. He
You're going
bought
to
it.
file a police
I did
report.
all
and
kinds of good research. Are you ready? American Express. If you buy with that credit card,
Oh yeah.
yeah, they will take care of it. And so we looked on American Express's website, read all the details. Sure enough, if she had a police report, we could get $1,000. Keep saying we like it's mine. She could get $1,000 back. And so I was like, okay, that's pretty good. So maybe we should do that. So we were waiting until after it was over 24 hours to call and report it, because Uber does say it's considered stolen if your driver doesn't respond back to you and all this stuff. Or could be.
Okay. Yeah.
But they also say that like it could be that the next person that got in the car took
Yep.
it. So it's not like it's the
Or
driver's
you didn't
responsibility.
actually leave it
Exactly.
in the car. Yeah.
But we were like, well, we could at least file a police report and then get the $1,000. And just about that time, as we're getting ready, he calls her. The Uber driver calls and was like, I have your purse, Miss Jenny.
I have your purse. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I just listened to that message and I was about to hang up, but then I heard your number, and so I thought I'd give you a call. So he's like, well, you're at that convention, right? He's like, you probably have a busy day. You want me to just meet up with you later on tonight? And I'm like, as long as
Now.
he has my phone number, but we played phone tag like 4 times back and forth, and sweet guy. And he finally met us at 8:30, 9 o'clock that night. I said, I am in front of the Hard Rock Cafe. I'm not moving. I'm standing right here.
Yes, I am ready
Come find
to.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a funny story. but
So-
he came.
There's a question that is going through my head, but it might be kind of nosy. I have no idea of purses and how much. Would that $1,000 cover it?
It's like
No.
3,000.
His eyes.
Holy smokes!
So
I mean, I remember I coached Scholastic Bowl, and one of my team members, she was like a senior at the time. She had gotten a purse, something like that, and she was like, "Mr. can you watch my purse?" I'm like, "Okay." I set it on the ground. You would have thought she got up and was like, you can't put that on the floor. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't put it on the floor? What am I supposed to do it? So I put it's like I was kidding her. I said, do I need a baby carrier for it when we're in the car? And
Well, that's what my husband said. I'm putting it in the safe and you're not using it. I'm like, okay, well, along with my wedding ring that's in the safe too. So I don't know why you buy me these things.
yeah.
I'm just not I don't have that. A lot of people have multiple of these purses, but I'm just, then
we just don't carry them that often. But anyway, for the Pretty Girls walk, back to your original question.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Jenny walked in front of the Louis Vuitton store and I walked in front of the Burberry store because that's what I want. And I may have done this in the video, asking my husband to please
Oh,
Please
got
get
it.
me one.
Got it.
but I know it was in vain. It's not going to happen, but it at least was fun to try.
Well, I don't even know what would happen if my wife, and it's Valentine's Day. I'm not
It
sure
is,
if my
it's
wife said,
Valentine.
I want
John
one of those.
Clark,
I'd be
get
like,
me a Burberry for
Oh,
Valentine's
oh.
Day.
Yeah.
I think he heard that.
What does Don's wife want?
Yeah, what does Don's wife?
Day?
Do you know?
I mean, does she need any more?
Listen,
Is that typically what a guy
yes.
says?
You ready? You ready for what my husband says? He says every day is Valentine's Day
That's
with
what
him.
I'm thinking. Yeah.
So I'm like,
It's
oh,
funny. My wife and I have been married 35 years.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
I know I
Yeah.
look way younger.
You
than
do.
I got
I'm
married when I was
impressed.
10. And it's funny. We travel all the time. We don't. Have you seen that? I'm going to say commercial. I think it's a commercial where the couple goes into like a Hallmark store and they're looking through cards and they pick up a card and then they hand it to each other and they're like, and they kiss each other and then they put it back and they put it back. And that's how we are. Like, we're like, I'm not going to spend $6 on
That's
a card.
genius. Yeah.
But that's not very romantic, but
No.
I did send her a Bitmoji today
Aww.
of me and a claw machine with the hearts around it.
Aww.
And she thought that was funny.
That's
but
sweet.
yeah. It's either that one or the one where I'm laying in roses.
Yeah.
So she smiles.
That's
So-
awesome.
Great. Well, I don't know. We may have to.
We
go.
may have
We
to. Get to our next
It's
session.
already started.
Yeah. So
Yep.
have
And
to
we're
go.
going to be recording here in a few minutes with Common Sense Media.
Yay.
So
Tisha here, so I know she's ready. We've dropped your name a few times, as you can imagine.
oh, look at that. There's Stephanie Crawford right across the way.
Oh. Hey, Becky.
All right, Don. Well, thank you so much. We've had a blast. And,
Yeah, thank you.
We are going to sign off because we're going to head to our next session.
All right.
Thank you again.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Let's wait. It's right. Okay. We are going to say goodbye to everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Stephanie and Andy and Alberto, everyone that's going to watch later. So we've just had a fun time chatting and we've enjoyed IDEAcon. And we still have a day and a half left.
Yay.
So we're super excited.
Yes.
Don't forget to go and be
A different kind of awesome.
Bye.
Okay, hold on. They want a picture.
Oh,
She wants-
yes. Oh. yes.
You're welcome.
We talked about what did I say about Stephanie?
You said she was amazing and she has worked so hard and